on another episode of Sports Slice, and I am joined by Paige Putter, aka Paige P Soccer, on social media. She's obviously a soccer content creator, but along with that, also plays collegiate soccer at Friends University, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? And then also tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. So, as he said, my name is Paige, and I'll be a senior at Friends University. It's an NAIA college in Wichita, Kansas. I also play semi-pro soccer for FC Wichita. And yeah, I just started my content journey a couple months ago and have been really excited to share my journey on TikTok.
We're going to kind of jump around here, but how did you get started making content?
I didn't realize it back then, but when I was in 8th grade and I think freshman year of high school, I would post some of my training clips on Instagram, and I had a soccer account, but it was mainly for college coaches to see. It wasn't, influencers really weren't a thing then. So I kind of started that way and then didn't post after I committed to college, kind of took a break from social media. And then just one day I was like, I kind of want to try this. So I would post a few videos here and there, but I wasn't fully committed to it. And my videos weren't doing well because I was not consistent. So one day I just said, okay, I'm going to spend 6 months doing this. I'm going to give myself 6 months, put my all into it. If it doesn't work out, that's totally fine. But if it does, then at least I gave my full effort into it. And yeah, it turned into a great decision.
That's insane. It's so fascinating because your story is the embodiment of I feel like so many athletes that have made the jump while still obviously being in their athletic careers of going from, playing a sport to then talking about the sport. I was in the same case scenario. Here's a fun little fact actually that you probably don't even know. So a friend of mine actually graduated from Friends University 2 years ago. Jack Mullen.
I don't think I know him,
football.
but I transferred here like a year and a half ago, so I'm still kind of new.
So same time frame.
Yeah.
That's so funny though. But when I had seen Friends, because you had made a video on social media talking about playing college and you were wearing a Friends shirt, I was like, what are the odds?
Yeah, that's
Friends
crazy.
is in the middle of nowhere. Is it Wichita, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's middle, not necessarily middle of nowhere, Kansas, but middle of nowhere, Kansas.
Yeah.
Which I can't really say much because I played college football and coached at Mayville State, NAIA, up in Mayville, North Dakota, middle of nowhere, true middle of nowhere. But anyways, so kind of jumping back to the soccer side of things, have you played soccer your whole life?
Yes. Ever since I can remember. I can't remember a time where I wasn't playing.
Love that. How did you start playing soccer? Just get right into it.
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers, and the one that's closest to me in age played soccer. So kind of just followed his footsteps, and my mom was my first coach. So that just got me straight into it.
Love it. And then what first made you fall in love with soccer? Was it a player? Was it watching a game? Or was it just being out as a little kid running around?
So, funny story, I actually hated soccer when I first started. My mom was the coach, and I would cling to her leg with tears in my eyes because I did not want to play. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to do it. And one day she said to me, you can either go play on the field or you can go sit in the car. So I went and played on the field.
Love that.
Yeah. Needed some tough love in that moment. And I've always been a very competitive person. As a kid, I would cry if I didn't win board games at home. So I think I was naturally good at soccer and I loved the feeling of winning. So that's kind of what got me into sports. And then soccer specifically, I've just always loved it. I mean, thinking back to when I was younger, just the smell of dew and the grass in the morning before morning games and going to Subway at lunch with my teammates and playing 2 games in a day, or we traveled to Kansas City a lot for league games and tournaments. So I kind of just love all of it.
Love that. I feel like soccer too is one of those sports that so many parents try to put their kids in, especially early on, because gets them out of the house, gets them running around, and then by the time that they're done with their soccer practice or whatever, it's they just go to bed.
Yeah,
it's almost like a babysitter for parents. Because my parents tried to get me to play soccer, tried to get me to play baseball, soccer, just couldn't do it. Was not my cup of tea. I'd stand there and be like, "Nah, this is not it." I would be the one that'd be like, "Hey, like, just let me sit in the car. Like, I'm done." Um, so if you weren't playing soccer though, is there another sport that you'd think you'd play?
So I grew up playing softball, tennis, basketball, kind of everything. And
Okay.
I fell in love with tennis the most, played it through high school. I played doubles, and so I think I would want to play tennis, but I've never tried volleyball. I like have a fascination with it. I don't know what it is. I could never do it because of my soccer schedule, but I would also like to try volleyball, but probably tennis.
So with tennis, Wimbledon's going on. Do you watch tennis?
I don't. I just like to
Okay.
play it.
Yep. Okay, so it's so funny because there's so many people that I talk to. Actually, Simone Scott, who she's another sports content creator. She was on a couple weeks ago. She played tennis growing up, big tennis fan. She was actually at like a activation TikTok was doing for Wimbledon. But there's so many people I talk to. I'm like, hey, so like, do you follow tennis at all? You're like a big tennis person. They're like, no, no. My brother-in-law, he actually was like semi-professional over in France for tennis.
Oh wow.
And I talked to him now and he's like, honestly, I've not watched a tennis match in like 10 years. And I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Like, it's so different than like football or soccer now. Like, I feel like so many people are obsessed with soccer with the World Cup going on,
Hmm.
myself included. I mean, like, when a match is going, like, my day is just like shot. Like,
Hmm.
that's all I'm focused on. What has it been like for you as a soccer player, as a soccer content creator, having the World Cup in the US and so many people hyper fixated on it?
Yeah, so I unfortunately don't watch a lot of men's soccer. So it was the day before World Cup. I had no content planned. I just was going to continue posting what I always post. And I realized, oh, this is a great opportunity. Like, I know I'm going to watch the World Cup games no matter what. So I might as well make some content on it. So the day before, I made a video and it got quite a few likes. So I'm like, okay, like I'll keep posting stuff like this. Um, but yeah, I mean, having the World Cup in the US has just been such a game changer. And I think it's going to inspire so many young players and fans, creates new fans, and all the countries bringing in their different cultures and being able to see it in so many different US cities has just been so cool. And I feel like the world's really been able to connect, especially through social media. Just sharing what other countries are doing. I mean, Boston, Kansas City, LA, like it's just been so fun to keep up with all the different cultures that other countries are bringing into the US.
100%. And I think it's so fascinating to see too, and you kind of touched on it, like the different cultures in the US, but then also seeing like on social media all these people experiencing American culture for the first time and like there's
The
the
ranch.
like yeah, people are
I mean, it's
obsessed with
crazy.
ranch. Like it's like something that like I'm looking at, I'm like, this is normal.
Right,
Or like the I think it was the Scottish that were in Philadelphia trying a Philadelphia cheesesteak for the first time. And I'm like, guys, this is normal. Or like
right.
I got to see it firsthand with I was in Philly, and I think it was Ecuador was playing Ivory Coast. And like all these Ecuador fans were in um oh gosh, I forget what it's called now, but there's like a little like restaurant market. Um and like they're all just like freaking out over having like all these different food choices and like mom and pop shops. I'm like, guys, like this is America. Like this
Also
is
the
what we do.
refills. I see so many
Yeah,
videos that they're shocked on the refills.
right. And the portion sizes,
Yeah,
which like you would think that they'd be coming to America and expect like just the most ridiculous sized
right.
food products or drink cups. But just seeing the reactions is so funny.
Mhm.
Um, but with the World Cup going on, has there really been anybody that like has truly stood out to you as an athlete, competing right now?
I'm gonna have to go with Holland. I think,
Mm,
I mean, first off, all the memes about him are just absolutely hilarious.
so funny. Seeing Channing Tatum dress up as him,
Yes,
so funny.
I know. And I think he's just such a tenacious player. Like, he really is like a big Viking out there, like big, strong, hunts down the ball. Like, it's just really fun to see a player like that because it's pretty rare that you see a player. his size playing forward. Usually you'd see him at center back or maybe a defensive mid, but I think yeah, seeing him play forward and especially the very first game and also their fans with the rowing. I mean, I absolutely love it.
The rowing is one of the most iconic things I think from this entire World Cup, and
Mhm.
seeing other countries like America the other night was doing they had a like whole bunch of there was like a watch party or something, and the whole party like started doing the rowing thing was not as good as obviously Norway's, but like
They've got it down to a T.
unbelievable. Yeah. Like
It's perfect. They're
I
doing it up escalators, like in the street in New York, like it's
yeah,
everywhere.
it's crazy. And you know, you kind of also touched on it too, like with Holland not necessarily fitting the mold of, you know, his position. Is it difficult or different, we'll say, for you to watch like soccer matches and not view it from a player's perspective rather than like a fan's perspective?
Yeah, I think it's sometimes hard because in my mind I'm like, oh, why didn't you take a touch that way or play that ball? Like kind of go into like player or coach's mode. But then sometimes as a fan, I just get so zoned in that I just don't even think about anything else. I'm just like mesmerized by the game.
Love that. I feel like that's one of the things that has interested me so much about soccer, because you know, playing football my entire life, like I struggle to separate the two. Also, coaching football, of like, why didn't the quarterback make this read in his you know, his progression or whatever it may be, where like soccer truly, like I'm very novice in the knowledge of soccer. um and like I know Ronaldo and Messi, you know, and like the basic stuff, but like I don't know any of the like tactical behind the scenes stuff of soccer with like the different formations. Like I just found out like is like a 4-3-1-2 or something, like the different formations. Like I'm just truly finding all this stuff out. And like it's so fun for me to watch it because I get to just sit there and watch it as a fan and just say, why didn't this dude do this? Like that was cool. Like he did like a little bicycle kick or whatever they call it. Like so I feel like it's fascinating for me just to be able to watch a sport as a fan. Um, but for you, what is it like seeing people like me become so invested in your sport?
It's been, I mean, absolutely amazing to see so many people invested because I've always been a very strong advocate for women's sports, but especially women's soccer and just soccer in general. I mean, our main sport in the US is football, and soccer is just kind of on the back burner. But everywhere else, soccer is the main sport. And I think the other countries kind of coming into the US and showing us how it's done. Like, this is how you support your team. You know, you travel to these away games, you buy passports and buy hotels and stay for weeks. And I think it's just one of the best things to happen in a really long time, especially for the US. And it's going to inspire so many kids, so many fans to start playing, and it's going to kind of kickstart a new movement of soccer in the US, I think. And Women's World Cup is next summer in Brazil. So I think it's kind of putting a little push for women's soccer in there too.
Yeah, I think the momentum from this year's World Cup is going to transcend to the Women's World Cup next year. Um, and I think the thing that's really helping is Team USA is playing
Mhm.
pretty well. And if they find a way to somehow beat Belgium, which they should, I'm 100% biased. I don't know any again, I don't really know the behind the scenes stuff, but like I'm fully invested. If Team USA continues to keep playing the way that they are, like I think it's just gonna spike the popularity to insane levels that we've never seen before. But speaking of Team USA, we got to talk about it. Team USA, Bosnia. What do you think about VAR? I know you made a video about it, and I think we are completely not different, but so I like VAR, and I think I might be in like a small majority or minority, um, because it's very similar to like just having replays in the NFL or college football, where like it's such a close call. You want to get the call correct. Now,
Mhm.
in the case of USA versus Bosnia, I think that is a downfall of VAR being able to look back and then slow mo everything because everything looks so much worse when it's slowed down. Um, but it does away with, the offsides controversies. But like, what's your take on it as somebody that is in soccer and this
Mhm.
is your field of expertise?
Yeah, so I mean, VAR is a good thing. I think getting the correct calls and everything is good. I feel like it's some of the rules of VAR. I mean, if your pinky is offsides, then you're offsides. And in my opinion, that just shouldn't be offsides. As a center back, too. Like, I would love for every forward to be offside, so I have to chase. But I know there's been different rules in the past, like over half their body has to be past the last defender or something. But I don't know if I agree with the current offsides rule of any body part, no matter how much, you're automatically offsides. So I think that's kind of a struggle for it for me. And the red card situation with the US, at first, I didn't really think it was a card. Obviously, when they put it in slow mo and the angle they have it, it does look like one. And it was a hard tackle. I don't think Balogun meant to tackle him. I think it was an accident. He was already reaching for the ball when Bosnia kind of reached in, and then everything kind of just happened. So, I mean, I think it's a hard call. I don't think we give refs enough credit. I definitely don't as a player. I apologize to any ref I've ever yelled at. But yeah, it's just hard. I think it's hard to tell from the slow mo angles, and yeah, it's just tough. But I do think VAR is a good thing.
100%. Yeah, it's so fascinating because, and I made a video actually talking about it after the Croatia Portugal game, because Croatia had the offsides at the end of the game, and so many people were upset about it. But it's like fans get upset at referees and players, but fans get upset at referees for making bad calls. Now they have a system to fix those bad calls, and fans are still upset. So I
I feel
I
like it's
feel like
even
there's
worse.
it's right. Like it's a no-win situation. People are going to complain just to complain. Now,
Hmm.
like I said though, in the case of the US Bosnia game, a little ticky-tacky, like I get it. I get both sides, but maybe I'm just 100% biased.
Honestly, I might
Um
be too. I mean, we are definitely going to miss him versus Belgium. So I think I'm also like, it shouldn't be a red.
right. But his the I can't remember his name, but it's like Pepe or something like
Hmm.
that. He's okay. He came in when Christian Pulisic was hurt during the group stage. Um, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Seattle on Monday.
Yeah.
So if you could choose, now it doesn't have to necessarily be a match that's already happened. This is like your fantasy, like if you could choose to watch a match from the sidelines, what matchup would you choose? And it doesn't have to be men's World Cup. Like this could be women's World Cup.
The match I most want to see is USA versus Brazil in Brazil for the next Women's World Cup. I think every time the US women play Brazil, it's such a dogfight. It gets so aggressive and tensions are high and people are yelling. Like, it's just such an intense game, and I love games like that. So that would be a dream match to go see.
Love that. Honestly, the women's national team is unbelievable. Like I so it's so funny because like my first kind of true like watching soccer experience was the women's national team because like up until recently, like the men's team was awful. Like yeah, they've had a handful of, superstars, but like the women's team with Alex Morgan and oh my goodness, what's her name?
Carly
She
Lloyd
retired yeah, Carly Lloyd,
or two.
but then she retired in what would it be like 2014 or 2012? Abby Wambach.
Mm-hmm.
Love Abby Wambach.
Yep.
Like those teams were so legit. Like seeing Team USA beat Japan, whatever that was like 8-0 or something like that. Like insane. So it's definitely going to be really fun to watch, the Women's World Cup next year. Now, kind of pivoting back to you and kind of your career and whatnot. So you're currently playing college soccer at Friends, as well as is it semi-pro
Mhm.
with Wichita FC?
FC Wichita, yeah.
FC Wichita. There we go. Um, who has had the biggest impact on your playing career thus far and throughout it?
I mean, every coach, every teammate has made an impact on me, whether positive or negative. I've had very positive and very negative experiences, but my summer coach 2 summers ago, who's actually one of the assistant coaches at Friends, his name is Kieran, and he was the one that put me at center back. I've always played forward or attacking mid, sometimes defensive mid, but always an attacking position. I've never played defense in my life. And he stuck me back there. And at first I was mad because I'm like, I want to go score goals. Like, I don't want to be stuck back here. And I had no idea what I was doing. And semi-pro is very different than college because you have different girls every game. Some girls go on vacation or have work, and you're playing against top D1 girls, US Youth National Team, post-grad players that are trying to go pro. Like, there's a huge mix of players, so the competition is always very high. And I had no idea what I was doing back there. And he would yell at me during games, like, tell the left back to shift in. And I kind of look over at him and I'm like, well, why don't you just do it? If you're telling me to do it, then why can't you do it? Like, he was trying to turn me into a leader as a center back. And I've always been a leader. I've consistently been captains on teams, but I've never been a leader like I can be from center back. I've just really stepped into the role as the leader and as a strong center back. It's definitely my best position. So I can't thank him enough for sticking me back there and staying with it. But yeah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be playing center back. And I'm playing the most confident and having the most fun playing soccer in that position. So it was just, yeah, he's such a great person and has given me so much confidence. So
Love that. It's so fascinating how like coaches can truly kind of change the trajectory of your entire athletic career with just making a simple switch like that, which I'm sure it probably wasn't simple. Like you're learning, a brand new position and whatnot. So you're gonna have to explain this to me like I'm like a 2-year-old. So forward versus center back. Center back's just mainly like a defensive player. Forward's the goal scorer. Is that
yeah,
correct?
center back is farthest back on the field besides the goalie.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So like a true defensive, like you're not really shooting the ball, right?
Yeah, no.
Kicking the ball, scoring goals.
There you go.
Um,
Well, with my head,
that's
I'll get it for corners.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody comes up for corners, and that's your opportunity.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, I have to ask this. This is probably like the dumbest question, but on these corner kicks, when like yourself or somebody else, goes for a header, like, does it hurt?
It doesn't.
No.
Like,
Okay.
unless you hit it, you're supposed to hit it about right here. If you hit it on the top of your head, then it's going to hurt. Like
Yeah.
pretty bad because I've taken a couple punts to the head where I'm like spinning a little bit. But yeah, if
Kind of
you hit it
get
the
daisy a
correct
little bit.
way, then you're good.
Mhm. For a while, and maybe I'm wrong, but like, wasn't there a trend? And I thought I remembered seeing it in the Women's World Cup, where like players were wearing like a band around their head for
Yeah.
headers.
So I think if you have a certain amount of concussions, then they have you wear that because if you get a certain amount, then you have to stop playing. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, because like that was like a thing in like the mid 2010s. Like it was very
Hmm.
prevalent, and then like haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating though. But like that was always my thing is like over the past couple weeks, I'm like, gosh, like seeing these guys jump for the ball and like the ball's just smacking them right in the face. I'm like, this cannot feel good. Like
Slow mo makes it look way worse, I will say.
100%. Like I said, like I could not do it. Like no, thank you. Like I'll go punt it with my fist, which obviously you can't do. But um, and so is there an athlete growing up or even currently now that not only you've tried to model your game after, or is there somebody that you've looked up to?
Yeah. I mean, the entire 2015 Women's World Cup team, for sure. Carly Lloyd with her hat trick and Julie Ertz just she played center back and then moved into the midfield and she was unbeatable to me. Like flying in on corners, diving headers, just had no fear. So I think that whole team, and then recently as I've switched to center back, it's been Millie Bright who played for Chelsea and Naomi Girma. I think both of them, you can tell when they play, are just such good leaders. They're calm. Millie Bright is tall and strong, and I'm a tall center back, so I kind of like to model my game after her. She's not afraid of a strong tackle, and she's just such a great leader. And same with Naomi Girma. She's so calm and makes such smart decisions. So I try to mix a little bit of both of them into the style of how I play.
That's a pretty impressive kind of group of athletes there. Completely forgot about, is it Julie Ertz? Is that her name?
Hmm.
Um, Forgot that like she was on those teams that was winning World Cups all the time.
She was doing the
I'm a
dirty work
big
behind the
she
scenes.
was. She was. I'm a big so my family's originally from Philly. I'm a big Eagles fan. Her husband, Zach Ertz, like
Mhm.
love Julie. Um, and so you've kind of had a impressive college career and then obviously with playing semi-pro. Has there been like one memorable moment, it could be good or bad, that has stuck out throughout your playing career?
I think there's been 2. I transferred after a year and a half from my first college, and it was just the most awful experience. The team, the coaches, the school administration, like it just wasn't good. I had to get out that semester. Like I needed to transfer or it just wasn't going well. Like I completely lost my passion for soccer and it was making me sad because I love soccer. I've always loved soccer. I didn't know why I was all of a sudden losing this passion and wasn't having fun anymore. So got in the transfer portal, had some calls with a school in New York, a school in Chicago, was looking at maybe to go to a bigger city. And then the Friends coach reached out, and I'm from Wichita, so he's seen me play before, and he was like, come on a visit. So I did. And I just absolutely fell in love with Friends and fell in love with soccer again. And that's what gave me the motivation to start posting content. And it's just been the best decision. And I'm so blessed that God has led me into this direction. So that's definitely been a big moment. And then we played Oral Roberts last preseason, and they're a good D1 in Oklahoma. They beat us by a couple goals. It was a hard match, but it was one of my best games, especially at center back. I had played for about a year at that point in the center back position, and just being able to play against the D1 forwards and kind of showcase what I can do. And I was constantly dealing with action. Um, I think games like that are so fun. I love the competitive games, the close games. I think those are more fun than winning 13 or 10-0. So I love the competitive games and I love to compete against top teams.
Love that. And Friends has a pretty decent NAIA program, correct?
Hmm.
That's what I thought. Like Friends, truly Friends in basically all their sports is pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Especially football. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
really solid actually. And it's so fascinating because again, like it's like this small school in Wichita, Kansas, which isn't a small area, but like you just wouldn't expect kind of a borderline powerhouse in a lot of sports to come out of Wichita, Kansas. But it's so fascinating. Um, and so now with adding content creation on top of your busy schedule of being a collegiate athlete, what's like a normal day in the life for you?
Yeah. So normal day would be either go lift, run, or practice in the morning between like 7 to 9 a.m., sometimes a combination of one, two, or three, and then come home, do homework probably 2 or 3 days a week. I'm taking 3 online classes, so that keeps me busy. And then planning, filming, editing content takes up a lot of time, especially right now with the World Cup. I just was in Kansas City for a Victory Plus campaign, so I've got a lot of editing to catch up on right now. But yeah, most of my time is spent on my phone. I also have 2 dogs and live with my mom and brother, so spend a lot of time with them, which I really cherish. So
That's awesome. And then you touched on it. What was it like being with Victory Plus and getting to um, be introduced to some of those with the National Women's Soccer League?
yeah, it was kind of a crazy experience. I've never done anything like that before. So, it being my first time, I was definitely nervous, but once I got there, it kind of calmed down. But yeah, I was so thankful that Victory Plus sent me out and I got to meet the NWSL Summer of Soccer tour bus crew and hang out with them. And we got a tour of CPKC Stadium where the Kansas City Current play. And then we went to downtown Kansas City to Power and Light, and we went and ate. And Canada was playing South Africa, so there was a watch party going on. So asked some fans some questions there, and just enjoyed everything about the watch party. I mean, there was fans going crazy when Canada scored, and yeah, so it was overall just a really good experience. And it's nice to kind of take a deep breath after I've done my very first kind of event. So
Right? Yeah, they honestly like going to events and stuff like that. So cool as a content creator because like there's expectations, but not really at the same time. And also like after you do your first one, now you've kind of got your foot in the door. Like you know what to expect. That's awesome. Super happy for you. I
thank you.
have to ask though. I saw a video you had posted it the other day, And I'm gonna kind of backtrack here. So you had posted a video about a beeper test or the beep test.
The beep test.
And after I saw that video on TikTok, I've probably seen now probably 15 other soccer content creators that are in college that are like, this is me before the beep test, and this is me after. And they're like, throw up all over the shirt. It's disgusting. What is the beep test? Because it looks like it is torture.
I actually ran it this morning. And I think because you're seeing so many videos, now you have to run it.
Uh, we're going to take a rain check on that one. As a football player, no.
But yeah, the beep test, it's 20 meters, so about 22 yards. You start on the front line, you run the 22 yards, it beeps, and it tells you halfway, then you have to make it back before the next beep. But every single time, it gets faster. So every college will have kind of their score to beat. But yeah, it's just your legs are absolutely fried because it's like an 85% sprint for most of them. So it definitely is a lot on your legs, a lot on your oxygen level, like you're breathing really fast. So yeah, not my favorite test, but it's very common for soccer players.
It looks horrendous. And I get it, like soccer players have to be like super in shape because they're constantly running. Um like what is like the target number, like the average target number for this test?
It really just depends, especially on college level. I think I'm
Mhm.
trying to get about 43 to 45 this fall, which is, I got like 38 in the spring. So I'm trying to kind of raise that number up a little bit. We'll see how far I actually get. The wind and the heat can make a huge difference.
You're literally just running back and forth this
So you
entire
get,
test?
so you run back, and then you get like a 5 second rest,
That
and then you'll
sounds
go again.
awful. That sounds like one of the worst things I've ever heard. So, like in football, like college football, like we had obviously like conditioning tests and whatnot, and it was just they called it like bounding 100s or something like that, where you'd start at one goal line, you'd run to the other, you'd turn back and then run back, and you had to get it under like 52 seconds or something like that.
Mm.
It varied per position group, but like quarterbacks, I was a quarterback. We kind of got the best situation because we were with like tight ends and stuff who were significantly slower. Um, but that sounds terrible. Like I couldn't imagine doing it. And then also after seeing all these videos of like these college athletes that are just shot after these workouts or this test, like I was truly terrified. I was like, I could never do it. Like if I was an incoming freshman seeing these videos, hard pass, not doing it. I'm playing a different sport. Like it's just not happening.
See, in my mind, there are worse fitness tests. Like I've been through worse fitness tests than the beep test. So
What would be worse than the beep test?
it's called the Manu fitness test, and it's kind of like you said. You have to get, it's 100 yards, so sprint down 100 yards. I think it's in 25 seconds, and then you have 35 seconds to jog back, and then you immediately go again. But after 10 reps, you have to get down 1 second faster. So like to finish the test, you're like trying to run down in like 19, 18, 17 seconds, and the full field running, I don't want to do.
That also sounds terrible. So I kind of made a joke yesterday that I was going to start training to become like a professional soccer player for like Ireland or a team that's really bad.
Well, there you go.
After seeing these beep test videos and this Man U test that you were talking about, I think I'm going to retire from that dream. That's just not going to happen. I don't like running that much, especially if you're telling me that I have to run like 22 yards back and forth or whatever. Um, yeah, so that dream's dead.
Oh,
Officially,
dang it.
it has died in 24 hours because that's just not going to happen. Um, but so with content creation, with you being a collegiate athlete, like what if there's individuals that kind of want to do the same thing as you? What would be your piece of advice or motivation to maybe another collegiate athlete or even a high school athlete or a professional that wants to get into content creation, but thinks that they're too busy, or they don't want to take away from the sport that they're playing.
Mhm. I think part of the reason I started posting is my soccer account was a private coaching account for a while, and I would just post videos of the kids that I trained. So it started that way. And growing up, I wasn't looking at social media really to find like soccer drills or this is the day in the life of a college athlete. And I would try to find those on YouTube, and I could find a couple, but not very many. So I think figuring out your why you want to start posting, kind of what your niche is going to be. So for mine, it was I want to inspire the younger generation and kind of show people what a college soccer player does, what it took me to get here, advice on things I've been through. So that's kind of like what started the basis of my account. And then if you're going to start your account, just do it. I mean, you're going to get judged no matter what. If you post, you're going to get judged. If you don't post, you're going to get judged. Like, you might as well try something new, get out of your comfort zone. I know it's really scary at first. I mean, I still kind of get nervous posting videos that I don't know if they're going to do well. And I mean, the first couple of months I wasn't getting followers or likes. And I'm like, okay, what's the point of this? Like, do I really want to continue? But just sticking with it, everything that's good takes time. So yeah, just stick with it, be confident, and just try something new if you want to.
Love that. I also have to commend you, just a little round of applause here, because the fact that you started making content, what, 5, 6 months ago, and not necessarily, maybe you do, but not show that like you're nervous on camera or talking into a microphone, talking into your phone is so impressive. Like I tell this story to everybody, but I started making videos on TikTok in 2020 during COVID. And it was just like stupid football videos and like I could not talk. I did not want to talk on camera. Like I was a very shy person. And so like the first year or so that I was posting videos never talked. And finally I was like, okay, like I'm going to talk about like the Arizona Cardinals because I'm from Arizona, and talk about like how their name came to be. And it was so funny because recently TikTok found that video and posted it. It was the whole thing, in like an interview thing that I was doing, and they had me react to it. But like I'm sitting in a little swivel chair, like swiveling around while I'm talking because I was so nervous, and like you could barely hear me talk because I was like, I don't want to talk into the camera. But like the fact that the videos that you're posting are so high quality, and like there's no like that nervousness, at least outward nervousness. It's so impressive, and we got to give
Well,
another round
thank
of
you,
applause for it.
because I'm definitely nervous.
Okay, like
But
that's
yeah,
the thing.
fake it
Like
till you make
you
it.
don't exactly, exactly, and that's what I tell people too. It's like if you don't show it, like nobody will ever know. Like if you were to never say that, like I would have never known. And even today, like I've been doing this for 6 years, which is still not super long by any means compared to other people, but getting to go to like some of those events that like you've talked about, like doing interviews with athletes, and it's like right up until that interview, I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like what if I say something stupid? Like what if I just like make myself look like a fool?" And then I'm like, "You know what? Like it's social media. People forget."
Right.
Um so again, you're crushing it. And super excited to kind of follow along with your journey as you continue to grow. So you're a senior.
Mhm.
What is your expectations for this season? And then do you have any plans to continue playing after your senior year?
Yeah, so NCAA D1 passed the fifth year rule, so I'm hoping NAIA will do the same. If I get a fifth year, I will definitely play. But I plan to get my master's. I'm studying business and either want to go into management or marketing. So that's kind of the school plan. And then just play soccer for as long as possible. I mean, anything I do will be something with soccer, either playing or working. I would love to work for a women's team. So, but yeah, expectations
Love
for the
that.
season. Obviously, want to go all the way. Um, we made it to the NAIA national tournament last year, so looking to do that again. We lost in the finals of the tournament championship this year. PKs. It was a heartbreaker. So hopefully win that and just try to go as far as possible.
Awesome. Well, good luck on this upcoming season, and it's been great having you on here. If you guys are not following Paige, again, her social media handles, is it the same on TikTok as well as Instagram?
Yes.
Paige P Soccer.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys are not following Paige, again, it's Paige P Soccer. You guys definitely should get to see some more World Cup videos, I'm sure, as well as just your day in the life
Just
and
anything. Yeah.
trying different foods. Also, that's been another thing that I've been so fascinated with. Um, I before we end here, I have to ask, how is beans on toast?
Okay, I love beans on toast. Like, I think we should bring this to the US and it should be a staple. Although the can of beans was $5, so
That's crazy.
it was a
Number
little
one,
expensive.
that's super expensive. Number
Yeah.
two, I'm sorry, it looked like one of the most visually unappealing things I had ever seen in my entire existence.
But have you
I,
tried
s-
it?
I have not, so like I
So
can't
you've
judge
got to
it.
try it.
I
Yeah. Because I was scared. I was nervous.
I think it might be like the pacer test or the beep test, and I'm just gonna like say that I tried it and didn't like it. um, but again, it's been great having you on. And again, good luck this season and go Team USA.
Oh, yeah. Go USA. Thank you so much for having me. I had such a good time.